Hi, it's Charlie giving you Monday's market commentary. We're going to go through the markets. There's some key things going on. Want to go through what I'm looking to trade this week. But to start off with, let's just have a pause for thought about being a good analyst or a good trader. Now, you can obviously be both, but not all traders are good analysts, and not all analysts are good traders. So it's just something to think about when you look at your own trading, when you're reviewing how you're getting on with your trading, is to think, okay, is there something wrong with my analysis, or is there something wrong with my trading? I.e., you could be doing really great analysis and getting your overall directional analysis correct, or your overall analysis is right, but then when you come to take a trade, you seem to trade it badly, and so what is it that's getting in the way? Because you get your analysis right, you know where you're supposed to buy and all of that, or sell, and yet when you actually physically take the trades, there's always something that seems to happen that ensures that you don't trade well, not on too many occasions. So if that's the case, it's just a little bit of self-evaluation that needs to take place, because we can be good analysts but be not very good traders. So we need to get that balance there, and so it's just a case of a little bit of self-evaluation, looking at, okay, there is a little bit of a mismatch between when I'm doing all my good analysis work, and I can come in and say, yes, I would have taken that and would have taken that, but whenever you seem to take trades yourself, you don't seem to manage them very well, and maybe you get stopped out, or maybe you move your stops too aggressively, or you take your profits too soon, all those sort of things. So just one pause for thought this week, and just to have a look at that, because that may be something that you may need to look at. Right, okay, let's go and have a look at these. Oh, before we go any further, obviously from Friday's trading, still got so I need to, before I still got that gold long. It's still just sitting there at the moment, as you can see. Obviously the swing long on the euro dollar is still there as well. I've taken one small increment off. Look, I was long 375, and I've actually taken so 25,000 off this morning. So I've just bled just a little bit of profit off. It was about 400 odd pounds I've just taken off there, just as we've rallied up. I came out at 86. We're at 92 now, and so yes, I've just taken a little bit off of that. And gold though, I'm really seeing for a bigger move play, and so if I'm right, I could be in this for quite a while. So we'll see about that one as we go forward over the coming weeks. But euro, we're going to see about that one. We'll come into the analysis here, and I know what I need to say about the euro. Let's bring it up then. Sorry. Let's see if I can bring up I'm just bringing it up off screen at the moment, so we can just get an idea of the positions. So if I bring this over, hopefully you can see this. You can see that we've got 76% of traders are short on the euro dollar right now, and so as the euro's been going up, I think because of euro's flush down last week, let's actually go into the charts now. Because of euro's flush last week, it's sucked in a lot more shorts as euro's coming back up again. Now maybe they're going to be right on this, but so far obviously euro's, it's a daily chart here, euro's having quite a good run up. Let's actually put this onto maybe on an hourly chart and get a good idea. Euro's having a good run here this morning. It's back up to the highs of pretty much of last week, after having this flush down into Friday. So at the moment, there's more shorts taking heat. There were a lot of people who were short anyway, and now it's just increased to 76%. So we'll see if we're going to break out and try and get a lot of those traders wrong-footed. Okay, so that's what we're looking for on the euro dollar. Really, it's had its pullback last week. It's now coming back up again. Now it's a case of seeing whether it is going to break out. I'm well aware we've got the FOMC on Wednesday, so we could just flutter around over the next couple of days, really, going into 7 p.m. UK time on Wednesday. So I'm not having any great expectations, and we just don't know what's going to happen at that stage. So certainly on my euro positions, I'm starting to move my stops up now. So on the euro trade, so that I'm locking in gains now as we're approaching Christmas. So let's go back to the S&P. Now the S&P, if I can find it, there it is. The S&P has had a few down days. It's still within this trend channel. the trend channel that's been running since what, December of last year, November. That's wow, a year that's been in that trend channel. It's been fantastic, really. Okay, blipped out of it a little bit here, but in the main, it's been in this trend channel. So I am expecting overall the S&P to probably come out of that trend channel now. It's put some little double tops up there, but I'm also expecting a little bit of a bounce. Let's have a quick look at the futures. I haven't even looked at them today. See if they're up or down. They are up. Yeah, okay. So I'm expecting a little bit of bounce. So we'll see. They're up at. Oh no, they've been lower. Okay, they've been lower and now they've come back up. So they're about flat at the moment, related to the cash market here. So I'm looking for a little bit of a bounce, but nothing too major. I think that we're going to want to come back down and revisit this trend line, and that's, as you can see, it's the white line below it. It's the 50-day moving average. So I think it's going to want to hit that as well. So even if it bounces, then it's going to be seeking those. But again, just be a bit careful ahead of the FOMC. Don't get any major positions in ahead of FOMC now, because we really need to see what's going to happen on the back of that news on Wednesday. Let's have a look at now. The Aussie dollar is still just sitting down here on the daily chart, so I'm still don't have any interest in the Aussie dollar at the moment. I think we're very close to these lows down here, and I think that ultimately it's probably going to want to come down to those. I was wrong-footed last week because I thought that Aussie at this point was going to rally a little bit more, hit the monthly pivot before then rolling over, and it hasn't. And so I'm a little bit wary of this Aussie at the moment. There's a bit of a divergence on the daily charts here between this low and this low, but considering now the context of this, we are that much closer to these lows, although we have effectively hit them. You could argue we're into the zone. Then I'm a little bit wary at the moment. So my interest in Aussie dollar has diminished for the time being, at least, and so I'm not too interested in the Aussie right now. And let's have a look at the pound's interesting. Pound dollar. I think we've got to be keeping an eye on this pound dollar. Remember that analysis I've done on the pound dollar. If I take us out to the weekly charts, then we got into that 64 to 66 zone that I've been calling for I don't know, a month or so ago. So we got into that zone, and we're still in, obviously roughly in that zone. But oops, that's probably about as far out as I can go. But I think we've still got this potential to get, like I said, 64 to 66. We've got into the 64s, just below 65 even. I want to see if we can actually now get up to these highs up here around about 66 and maybe even beyond that. So at the moment, it's done very well. It's had a very good run when you think that it was only in July that it was down at 48. So it's had a tremendous run of, what, 1,500 pips. But at the moment, I can't see anything. It's still in a good trend, so nothing much more to say about that. So keep your eye on it for this week. If cable starts to break out, you're going to want to be on the long side of that. And then lastly, the dollar yen. Again, a great trend, but I'm just a little bit wary of this dollar yen at the moment. So it's had a great run. We need to, obviously, if it gets back above 104, then I'll have to then get in on the back of that, or try to, for a run to 105. But all the time it's below 104, then I'm staying wary of that one. That's it for now. Good luck on Wednesday. Be back on live trading on Friday.